Monty Python's movie called Life of Brian. I give this a 10 out of 10. This movie was hilarious. P.O.P. is funny. I think it's as funny as, okay, you know the Barry Manilow song called I Write the Songs? I find that song like the funniest thing he's ever written. Ever. For in terms of comedy, classic, gold. But I think that this movie, Life of Brian, the script of this is that funny. Listening to it. Like, I'm watching it, okay? It's like, as funny as listening to Mary Barlow, I Write the Songs. I mispronounced his name, I know. It's by accident. I caught myself, but I did it anyway. Shit. Sorry. Not gonna correct myself. Anyway, look you up yourself. If you can. So, that's how funny I think this movie, Life of Brian, holds up this old movie. It's a classic in my eye. I give it a 10 out of 10. And yes, it's intentionally a comedy. It's one of those funny, hilarious comedies that just pokes fun of everybody on the right and left side of history throughout back in the day, in the Jesus Christ time period. Whatever that time period came out in, I forget what that time period is. So it takes place in that time period. It basically pokes fun of the right and also the lefts. I have noticed pokes some fun of the right. It pokes fun of right people and left people of the aisle. Politics. It seems to. It pokes fun of. And it's kind of funny, like the little reference of poking fun of right and left people for politics. Is how the funny it takes little jabs at everybody. It's like the best live action South Park movie you could ever imagine, ever happening in live action. Before South Park was even invented, there was the Monty Python show, and I found out that's older than South Park. If I got that right. Or if I got that reversed in my shit. I'm not sure if I got them mixed up, then I'll watch backwards by accident. If I do, I'm sorry about that. For that false. Shit! Almost I broke the camera. For a second there. But it just tipped over. Anyway. This is why I give Life of Brian, Monty Python's Life of Brian movie a 10 out of 10. Because it's comedy gold P.O. pants. Classic. And it's very clever and funny. And I like how, the plot, at the end, at the plot at the end of the movie, it pokes funny at people who believe Ryan is basically they poke fun at people who follow false prophets by accident while they are stupid because they're stupid. And basically people who follow cults and stuff, shit like that. And it pokes fun of that. And takes place in Jesus Christ time period, because it's based in Jesus. It's based in that time period, how this movie set up in that kind of setting of during when people were being crucified. Which probably isn't the worst way to die. And I agree with the film's philosophy. It's probably not the worst way to die. Personally, I think getting your head chopped up is a lot more humiliating than crucifying. than being crucified, getting your head chopped up with with one of those medieval gadgets. I think that's more brutal than being crucified. It sounds a lot more painful. And scary. Because it's instant. You'll never know when you'll die or when it's going to happen. Think about that. You just know it's going to happen quick. And it's going to be scary. And everyone's going to say... I mean, I just think it's kind of... think about it. It's like if your loved ones see your head come clean off, they're probably going to be traumatized. More than someone being crucified. And seeing their loved ones crucified. That's just why I just like... So, I think also the film has a very funny joke and a fair point about crucifixion not being the worst torture. And the way to die. I thought it was kind of funny how this prison that's been in the movie, been in prison for years and actually wants to die, finds the people, because he's been tortured for years and years and all skin and bones and locked away hanging alive, and and that sounds worse than being crucified, than the pigeons that eat your flesh. Or dying of dehydration first. I mean, the movie is funny all, but it makes a fair, cruel point of reality that puts you in check with reality, and that realize reality is a cruel, sick, twisted joke. Great message to deliver to the audience. I love that message. That made me hilarious. Pretty funny of a movie. It's as funny as Barry Manilow claiming he's Jesus in the song I Am the Song. It's what I hear, Barry Manilow on an ego trip. But that's ironically funny. But this has the same laughter that you're going to get out of a Barry Manilow movie, but it's intentionally funny. I mean, a Barry Manilow song, but it's intentionally funny. My Python shit of Life of O'Brien movie is awesome. Intentionally funny. Not ironically funny like Barry Manilow's I Like the Song, but just as funny when you start laughing. Like some of the jokes, biggest dickets, I find them funny. Like how all the guys start laughing at the person's name, biggest dickets. Because it rhymes with dick, probably. It sounds like almost like a dick joke, I think. This is why I think it sounds funny. And then the crowd laughs, and the people who get around the head of the guards and later in the movie laugh at the people that get called on the list names that all have funny names, and everyone starts laughing in the movie. It's kind of funny shit. This movie is a funny comedy. I recommend this for all ages, my audience that watch my channel. I think everyone would find this a riot of a movie. I give it a classic, 10 out of 10. Go see this movie, my audience. Whoever you are, whatever sex, gender you are, go see this movie, stream it, or go buy it on Blu-ray or DVD. Maybe even you still collect VHS. Try to get on VHS if you want to. Who cares? I don't. Just do what you want to do to go see this movie. However you guys see it because it's a hilarious comedy gold movie. Brilliant, I thought this movie was. Thumbs up. I give it a 10 out of 10. It blew my mind was how clever it was making me pee my pants nearly every time when I laugh hard. It was pretty much a lot of the time. A lot of the jokes either throw at you, like throw at you, like very out of nowhere creative jokes, and it's very funny. Admit it, So I like this movie a lot. Life of Brian. I like the simple story, like the simple comedic story it told. It's like one of those stories that really get points for how much comedic slapstick and creative time it gets me going for laughing than the story, and that's why really it blows what really surprised me was this comedy movie, and why I really ended up liking this because it really got me going with how much it let me laugh. That's why I give Life of Brian a 10 out of 10. Okay. That's my review on Life of Brian by Monty Python's movies. One of the Monty Python movies I reviewed called Life of Brian. Monty Python's Life of Brian movie. I give it a 10 out of 10 for those movie reasons. For those movies, that's my reason on the movie. And hit the subscribe button to grow my subscribers. Hit the thumbs up to like this video. And hit the comment section below if you've seen this movie. Life of Brian by Monty Python movies, or any of my Python movies other than Life of Brian. Let me know who else seen any other Monty Python movies other than Life of Brian. If you've seen other ones, but my Life of Brian or just Life. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've seen any of the Monty Python movies below in the comment section. If you want to comment below, no. So bye. Looking for the off button. Is it right or left? I think it's right.